Hello everyone, it's me, Jan, and welcome to my weekly series here on YouTube called SketchaLona, in which I fight with my cat and walk through the city of Barcelona while drawing to my heart's content in my sketchbook. In this week's episode, I actually thought, and this is something I want to hit on later on, blind spots. So I was convinced I had completely fallen behind on my art and wouldn't have very much to show in this week's episode because I've had people visiting from London on Monday. I've had people come into town on Tuesday from Amsterdam who are now sleeping off food poisoning, sick in the house, and had to look after them. I've been fighting with the gas company because they're gonna cut us off because apparently we haven't been paying for months, even though we're pretty convinced we have. And we're trying to sort out where my package is from Iowa, filled with glorious comic books. So yes, it's been very eventful, and so I thought I have no art, like I have nothing. And lo and behold, I have loads. I did manage to get stuff done, but somehow it just doesn't seem to register. And so, you know, let me show you some of the stuff I've been making. So what you are looking at here right now is a repurposed video that hadn't been shown completely in SketchaLona that I thought would be fun to use for my Instagram account, where I kind of want to spice things up and I would like to use a little bit more video, like stick to the 1-minute format. And as I was doing that, I was inspired by Chris McQuinlan and Lucky Job Projects of the THEE100s, who are making a renewed effort to kind of breathe some new life into their YouTube channel. And now on my channel, like I'm quite happy with how things have been going and like chilled out and, you know, kind of making videos for myself. But I did notice there was an increase in subscribers this week, most likely thanks to the live stream I did with the Artcasters. And so I thought it'd be fun to do what Scott Circlin pointed out about a week ago, which is that you need to make a trailer for your YouTube channel to kind of explain what it is that you do and what it is that you're all about. I do try and kind of do that mini intro at some point during my videos every week, but it would be easier just to have a trailer. And so, getting carried away, I started repurposing some more art videos I've made in the past, but splicing them differently, speeding them up differently. I found that like a lot of the art I made this week would make for some fun video if I just sped it up a lot. And so I've been making this little trailer, and it's not done yet. I think it needs to be faster and interspersed with a bigger variety of stuff. But I like where the direction my art's been going in, and I think if I keep this up, like I should really just stop worrying about styles and like different techniques and just think like, this is what my art looks like, focus on the layouts, get the comic book done, and then after it's done, then reevaluate style and like what I would rather do or rather see in my art. This is like a little bit of a milestone. This is a little bit like, how should I put it? Yeah, this touches on the blind spot thing I really want to talk about. But let me first show you my little trailer in progress. Hey, this is Jan, and thanks for coming over to check out my videos. In case you're new to this channel and you're wondering what it's all about, I'm a Dutch artist. I'm currently living in Barcelona. I've been living abroad for quite some time, and wherever I go, I like to draw to my heart's content and fill up my sketchbooks. I'm currently working on a comic book. I have been for the past year, and I've just added another comic book to the list for the THEE100s Anthology comic book project, which should be coming your way around April, May, that area. So if you like the sound of that and you like to see how my comic book is progressing, or the portraits I like to draw while about in town grabbing some tapas, then subscribe. So what do you think? There's some more footage coming up right now. This footage is just, like I said, this is a work in progress. I've been shooting a ton of stuff, putting it in, repurposing, speeding it up, and it kind of went over. I want it to be a little shorter, so I think I just, with the help of the song, realized where a good cut would be. But let me know what you think in the comments down below, or hit me up on Twitter. Wherever cool people hang out. I don't know. I follow you guys. So that's my trailing progress. What you're looking at right now, however, is the stuff I've been working on in this past week. I've been filling up some pages. I've been doing a little bit of character design. I've been working on my inking. And I've been doing a little bit of comic book work, which I'm having trouble finding right now, but I'll probably add that after this one at some point. So overall, I've had a very busy week with friends visiting and still visiting. And I got to see some of the sites. I went to see the La Boceria, one of the most famous markets. And to be honest, as pretty as it is, I think one of the main reasons this is one of the most famous ones is because it's so dead center. Like, everyone passes by this one. Because there's other markets, and I find them equally pretty. And then there's of course San Antonio, which is about to be refurbished and reopened to the public. So yeah, I'll be sure to cut some of that in too. And on that note, I'm gonna go grab me a cup of coffee. It's getting cold. The elixir of life. So another thing that happened this week that was a lot of fun to be part of was the Artcasters live stream. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Artcasters are a artist community set up by Jeff Lafferty, who hosts a show of the same name, and I'll be sure to put a link up down below and in the corner of the screen right about now. And the THEE100s comic book community that Kevin Cross set up and the Artcasters, they're very fluid and move in one another and support each other. And so that being said, even though we all follow each other's videos and comment and like and all that, it was still I was still quite surprised to get an invite out of the blue and, you know, get to chat with the guys live on the air for about 2 hours. And yeah, so the effect it kind of had on me was that all of a sudden it just felt very real what I was doing, rather than, even as I said in this video earlier on, like I'm just kind of doing this for myself, you know. But of course, I've thought, like many in these groups, like I would like to make this my career. I want to be more serious about my art, and I want to be more serious about my videos. And I did just show you the trailer that I made for my channel as well. But yeah, like getting invited to chat along with these guys who are all very good artists that I look up to. Yeah, kind of had this effect on me, like, oh, like my little videos are not in a completely oblivious corner of the internet, and this is getting a little bit more real. And yeah, it kind of, like, for a couple of days I was really kind of not stressing out about it, but kind of stressing out about it, you know, like kind of just like, but okay, so now it feels more real, and this is a real thing that can really fail, if that makes sense. So these were just kind of the feelings I was going through, and then coming out of it and getting back to work on some pages and some character designs, I kind of decided to, like, I need to push forward more. Yes, I know. And set some dates. I've mentioned before that about a month from now I'm going to be doing an artist workshop hosted by Jeff Parker in Sevilla here in Spain. And that's going to be a lot of fun, because I'm hoping to turn it into a little bit of a mini holiday, so I get to show you the town of Sevilla while I'm there, make videos somewhere else, see what the local tapas are like over there. And I also, of course, want to make sure that I have some art ready to show Mr. Jeff Parker. And so that is kind of my deadline, because I don't want to make something separate for this. I simply want to do what I'm already doing, which is the 100 Days Anthology and my own comic book, Fosphor, and make pages for that and take those with me. That's the plan. And so it does have to be traditional art. I guess that's the only obvious thing I have to think about. But I have the boards already. And then the deadline after that is already set, is of course the THEE100s Anthology, which, if you don't know, is the project of the THEE100s community, in which we all take 100 days to produce 6 pages of comic book based on the theme Life in Space. And it's really fun, and it's really exciting to see everyone charged up making their comic book pages. And I think a lot of us, myself included, are going way faster than our initial runs. Like I've got 3 pages laid out already, and one has got typed pencils already. I've got another page filled with dialogue, like just lines of dialogue, like one after the other, written down. I'm very inspired, and I'm really having fun just drawing something very different from Phosphor, which is a lot more hands-on, because it features tons and tons of characters interacting with each other. This comic book is much more a epic science fiction story. It takes about 300 years in scope, and I'm trying to cram that into 6 pages, seeing if I can puzzle that all together and make it, a fun read, as opposed to 3 double-page spreads and cheat. So yes, blind spots. The big blind spot is not being able to see your own art for what it's worth. And so hearing the kind words from the Artcasters, from Jeff, like saying I could already easily sell my art, and finding out Ox's little surprise that he's actually printed off copies of my comic book to show to people, and now seeing my own little trailer of my art, and seeing how it's all coming together in the last couple of months, and the quality I've reached, which is, it's good enough to make a comic book. But I just personally don't see it that way. I just don't feel it that way. And now I'm starting to go like, oh no, I'm catching the glimpses like, no, it is actually ready to go, which means I can take, you know, the next step and worry more about other things. And that means it's becoming more real that this is a thing that is actually this dream of like making this my job so I can just do this for a living full time rather than as a hobby in my spare time, just got a lot more real this week. So yeah, think about your own blind spots. What could they be for you? Yeah, it's a funny thing to think about, how you can just, or even sometimes when people do tell you, you just kind of go like, yeah, and brush it off because you just don't realize it or internalize it. Kind of lost for words trying to describe this. Yeah, anyway, that'll be all for now because I'm starting to feel embarrassed. All right, you guys. I think that about wraps it up for today's video, this week's video, because I think I'm already hitting the 50-minute mark. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought of the Artcasters show, and if you haven't seen it, be sure to check them out because there's some fantastic art that you're missing out on, as well as great conversations to help you along on your own path as an artist, if you are one of us. See you guys next week.